What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Outspoken Diva, and you are now tuned into my podcast. I know I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back like I never left. Now, I know normally I touch base on women empowerment topics or, you know, things. I did a topic on depression, stuff like that. But I want to put a twist on it a little bit, I'm still going to talk about those topics, but I want to talk about other things as well. And today, I want to touch base on a topic: toxic friends and toxic relationships. Now, I know some of you may be thinking that I'm about to go in on the toxic friends and the toxic relationships. Not at all. That is not what I'm about to talk about. I want to talk about how people are always talking about people are toxic, people aren't any good, and people aren't loyal, this, that, and the third. But have some of y'all ever sat down and actually thought to yourselves that maybe you're the toxic person in the relationship or friendship? A lot of people do not like to take accountability for their actions. It's easier for people to blame other people for their issues instead of blaming themselves. Some of y'all walk around here treating people like shit, you know, not being loyal, not being the good friend that you're supposed to be, not being the good person in the relationship, but you want to blame the other person. I mean, tell me, how does that work? It is very important to have accountability when it comes to situations. You cannot walk around for the rest of your life blaming everybody for your issues. And truth be told, the way some people treat you is a reflection of how you treat them. But see, a lot of y'all aren't ready for that because a lot of y'all don't hold yourselves accountable. Y'all blame everybody else. And it's not cool. I'm not saying that everything is your fault, but you need to do some self-reflecting, you know, and figure out what the hell is going on. Cuz there's no way in hell that you've been in multiple relationships and you've had multiple friendships and none of these people know each other and they're all to blame for why the friendship or the relationship failed. Boo boo. That is not how things work. It's not how things work at all. I've even had situations where I had to hold myself accountable for things where I done messed up at and I was blaming other people because no, I couldn't be the problem. I was too perfect. I just knew I wasn't the issue. I was pointing the finger at everybody else instead of pointing the finger at the person it needed to be pointed at, and that was me. But that came with growth. I wasn't always the type of person to be like, okay, well, I understand this, I understand that, I know I'm to blame. Let me tell y'all something. I thought I was perfect. I didn't have no flaws. I thought I was the perfect friend. I thought I was the perfect relationship partner. But I'm like, after some time went by, I'm like, there's no way that my relationships were failing. Things were going wrong in my relationship, or stuff was going wrong in my friendships, and they were always to blame. So I had to do some self-reflecting, and I had to get myself together. And once I did that, my friendships prospered, and so did my relationship. And you know why? Because I held myself accountable for the things I did wrong in my friendships and the things I was doing wrong in my relationship. I cared about these people and I didn't want to let them, leave out of my life. So I said, I got to fix this shit. And that's exactly what I did. Some of the people I'm not friends with anymore. And some of them, we're like family. And I will never, ever, ever, ever do anything to jeopardize those friendships. And I will do everything that I have to do on my end to make sure that my relationship prosper. And if you care about somebody, you should do those things. Put your pride to the side and fix it. You can't say you care about somebody, but then the moment shit goes wrong, the first thing you want to say is, oh, I'm not apologizing. Oh, it's not my fault. They did this or they did that. Like I said, it's not always the other person's fault. You have to hold yourself accountable for what you did wrong. For example, say you're in a relationship and all you doing is nagging your partner. Now, this could be a man or a woman, you know. All you do is nag your partner about what they doing and how this isn't being done right or how they're not pleasing you or, things that you just don't like that they're doing. And then they get mad because you're constantly belittling them. You're always putting them down. You're always jumping down their throat for every little thing. You get mad because they're mad because of how you talk to them and how you treated them. How does that make sense? And sometimes it's not what you say, but how you say it. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk around talking about F this, F that, or, um, you know, just being reckless. It's ridiculous how some people act like they're scared to have accountability. It's pointless and it's ridiculous. And a lot of people need to grow the hell up. Point blank, period. And there's no way around that. If y'all don't grow up, y'all will keep being in the same situations. Y'all will keep having the same habits. And y'all will keep going through life blaming other people for your problems when you really need to be pointing the finger at yourself. I mean, how many times can I say that before people actually understand it? Accountability is very, very important. Okay? And like I said, if you know you did wrong and you want to fight for that friendship and you want to fight for that relationship, you do that. Because good people are hard to find. Do not let your pride stop you from loving on the people that are important to you. And that's all I have for today. I hope you tune in next time and see what I have next on my podcast menu. Have a blessed day.